HTTP headers. Hello everyone, welcome back to the course. Today we are going to talk about HTTP headers. And what HTTP headers are, if you remember, we actually did some coding regarding them. HTTP headers are basically the information that an HTTP file contains, which is located on the top of the HTTP message. And for example, you can see in front of you how actually the HTTP header looks like. So you have here what is being accepted, what is the acceptance encoding, what is the acceptance language, what is the connection, what is the host, and also the browser that we entered from. Quite simple. So usually the HTTP request contains two main parts. These are the header and the body. So usually in the header you can see information about the specific data that is inside the HTTP protocol, and it will basically tell you how you can interpret that data. For example, here if you have the accept language to US English, we know that the rest of the code it's probably going to be in the US English, or the whole website actually. For example, quite important part of the header is the host header, because many of the websites out there, or the web servers actually out there, allows you to host more than one website at the same time using the same IP address. So for example, if we're using the DNS protocol, you can have various website domains that are hosted from the same IP address. So let's write one code that is actually going to show this. So let's write a script that will actually obtain a header of a website using the response object and response libraries that we already know. So here in this project that you already created here by opening the exception.py, so here if I press new file and I select Python file, let's name it headers. Okay, so now we're updating the headers file, and this file, as you can see, once we created it, it is automatically created inside our resource folder. So now we have here the headers.py, and we can actually write code inside it. So let's write a hashtag and then user /bin/env Python 3. Okay, so we assess the environment of files, and then let's write import URL library dot request, and then let's write URL is going to be the name of what we're creating, input, and then enter the URL semicolon, and here we're going to ask the user to actually enter the URL. Now let's write HTTP response equals to URL library dot request dot URL open, and then let's write here your URL. Okay, so we're gonna take the URL that the user has inputted with the input command, and then we're going to do an open of this IP address, or of this URL actually. So let's write then HTTP, actually I write if HTTP underscore response, actually I misspelled this, okay, HTTP underscore response dot code is equal to 200, so this means that our request has been accepted. Then we would like to print HTTP response dot headers, okay, and then for key, comma, value in HTTP response dot get headers. Okay, here I misspelled 4. Let's see. Okay, this error is removed now. So for key and value in get headers of the HTTP response, let's print key and value. Okay, so we're gonna print both of those elements inside our get headers. So let's actually save that, and I saved it, and let's go to our terminal. I hope you understand what's happening in here. We're simply going to output the header and print some additional information about it. But let's run the code and see what happens. So if I do ls here, you can see that now we have 2 files, and I will do python exception.py. Let's run the code. Oops, sorry, we had to run actually the headers. So let's run headers.py, and it asks you to write URL. So I write http youtube.com, and let's see what happens here. So as you can see, guys, the code went through youtube.com. Where did I write it? Here. And then we started getting all the content of the youtube.com. So we can see the date, we can see some security guidelines, you can see the server name ESF, this is the server of YouTube. We can see the set cookies mechanism, and so on. We even get information for multiple servers. So this is how basically the header looks like. And this is how you are basically getting the header, the key, and the value of that header as well. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope the HTTP headers are clear for you now, and how you can basically extract this information from internet. Please bear with me in the next video where we're going to cover the user agents. Thanks for watching.